on no snare drum.
And tonight we are here with Andrew Sgambati, our local Cleveland Kiss expert. He has a movie that has been released, but there is a newer version of it. It is called The Greatest Show on Earth.
Today, Kiss is the hottest touring group in the U.S.
Elaborate choreography, shooting flames, and levitating drops.
They're the most successful band of the last decade.
3 sold-out concerts in Detroit.
The only reason I've ever existed is really to be the greatest show on earth.
The hottest band in the world!
Join Kiss for an explosive cinema experience that's all rock and roll.
Wanna rock and roll all time and party every day. Wanna rock and roll all time and party every day.
Witness exclusive live footage and hear the bombastic sound of the LP Kiss Alive 2. Go backstage and shout it out loud.
The Greatest Show on Earth is an unofficial fan film and claims no affiliation with Kiss, Universal Music, or any of the copyright holders. This is a fan film that may be sold or distributed for profit.
When I was watching it, it just kind of reminded me, like, it's not only a love letter, it's a dick pic too, like attached file.
Yeah.
To
but
Kiss.
one that you asked for, one that you wanted, and that you finally got it. But I don't know, the whole thing is kind of weird. I mean, we talked about The Greatest Show on Earth before. Basically what that was, it was Kiss's version of Led Zeppelin's Song Remains the Same, because Kiss is this visual band. They never had a movie out in the 70s, so I was like, what if they had a movie in the 70s?
When did their actual movie, didn't they have a made-for-television movie on like CBS or something?
Yeah, Kiss Meets Family Party. It was basically, their movie was basically like Kiss meets, I mean, and it happened years later, but it was basically Kiss meets Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
So,
but this movie, when you were originally kind of explaining it to me, or just the things that I had seen, I was really just kind of assuming it was going to be just like a remastered, digitally altered, visually and audio version of a concert from '77, the Love Gun era.
Yeah, you're right.
And it was like way more than that. I mean, there's interviews and there's just little inside details. And my favorite interview, actually, and I'm assuming this is during the Dynasty era that came out after Love Gun, with Tom Snyder.
Yes.
That interview, after you're done watching The Greatest Show on Earth, you should watch that interview with Tom Snyder and Kiss and just see how fucking visually angry and irritated Gene
and Paul are. But
with Chris and Ace just being rock stars and just drunk and having fun.
You know, with this is you have this great Kiss Live album that came out in '77, Kiss Alive 2, and there really was never a visual representation of that. So what I did is I took the available concert footage from '77, which is 2 different shows, and I painstakingly synced it to Kiss Alive 2. So when you're watching it, you're seeing 2 different concerts sometimes, and then you're hearing Kiss Alive 2. So that was like kind of the groundwork that I set to do this. And then I thought, I was like, well, I don't want it just to be a concert. I want to play like a movie. I want, there's a Grindhouse-like intro in there that's bringing you back to the 70s. But I also wanted Kiss,
little clips of Star Wars.
Yeah, because that's what was big.
Yeah.
But I also wanted Kiss to tell the story, and that Tom Snyder interview was a great way for them to tell the story. And in between that, there's news clips, there's other things. You get a really good history of Kiss up until that point. So this movie, it would have come out in 1979, early 79. So you basically get Kiss's history up to and including 1978. If this came out, you would have had Kiss's history, all of Kiss's history up until that point, and you would have had this great concert footage.
Yeah, you can see it's not just clips of them playing live doing the Love Gun era concert, which is Kiss Alive 2.
Yeah.
There's early footage of when they were still figuring out their makeup and, playing Firehouse and not Black Diamond. I was disappointed I didn't get to
There's
hear
a
any
little bit
Diamond.
of Black Diamond in there.
Was there?
Yeah, from the Midnight Special. So
the movie is about 70 minutes. It's actually, it goes pretty quick.
Yeah, the movie's 70 minutes. There's 11 tracks from Kiss Alive 2. No, excuse me. There's 12 tracks from Kiss Alive 2 on there. And it's all painstakingly synced, and in between those tracks you get the story of Kiss. But the reason why I did this, it's not because I think I'm George Lucas and I'm just going back and fixing like my things. I went out to LA about a couple months ago. Whatever I was trying to watch on my phone, I just couldn't get it to work. So I was like, I'll watch The Greatest Show on Earth again. Whatever, I just needed to pass the time. And I watched it, and I didn't like it. Like
your own version of it. I have the original.
So you got the original one. So I watched it, and I was like, I don't even like this. There were things that I would have done better. Some of the sync work I didn't really like, and certainly some of the color correction work I didn't like either. It didn't look like it all came from the same place. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take it back. I'm going to really spit shine it and really, make it good.
Just dark, ominous tones.
Initially, I didn't mat it in widescreen. This version is all in widescreen. It's still standard definition. And this one's all in widescreen, and it's a brand new color correction template. I didn't even realize how green.
I know you did so much color correcting. I mean, for a 70-minute movie, for a film that you are not being paid for at all, this guy don't have a life over here.
Well, no, it's like,
just sits in front of the computer.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where I just wanted it to look as best as it could, and this re-release, I'm really hyping it up. So if you want to see the Greatest Show on Earth Encore edition, it'll be live on Vimeo on Halloween, October 31st. But you can finally see it on the big screen. There are 2 screenings that have been set up. There's one in Long Island, New York, that a guy who's in a Kiss tribute band out there, he's doing a show on Halloween, and he invited me out to they're going to play, and then they're going to show the Greatest Show on Earth.
I know, I got that invite, and then I saw it was in New York, and I went,
Well, it's funny. It's funny you say that because there was the Facebook algorithm. It kind of messed up a little bit because the very next week there is a screening here in Cleveland, and all the people in Cleveland were supposed to be invited to that one and not the one there. So we're doing November 2nd in Long Island, New York, and then November 7th here in Cleveland at the Winchester Music Tavern. The admission is 100% free with an unopened school items. A friend of mine is a teacher, and she's an art teacher, and she's kind of struggling. The school is struggling, so we're going to collect all school supplies for them, and that's the admission to get in and see the Greatest Show on Earth. So the Facebook address is Greatest Show on Earth Kiss. So facebook.com/Greatest Show on Earth Kiss. So follow that on Facebook, and you'll get to see all the clips of it. You'll get to see all the stuff, me hyping it up, and then you'll get to see all the details for the event. So the event here in Cleveland is November 7th. And you get to see the Greatest Show on Earth on the big screen, and we get to help out a local school. What could be cooler?
And you get to see Paul Stanley wearing his purple Shakespearean fucking outfit that he wore for the Dynasty era.
But what's cool, and I brought this with me because I didn't want to forget. I was part of an auction group, and they were selling a bunch of like handwritten notes from Kiss and this and that. So I've been working on the Greatest Show on Earth since November 2017. So the original version came out in October 2018, and then this one is the final version. I'm not going to be doing it again because I'm sick of it. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, you got to move on.
I got to move on. I actually started production on something today, which
we'll get into that.
We'll get into that later. But what this is like Gene Simmons' handwritten notes from the Holiday Inn. And going through this, I got this in early 2018.
At the Holiday Inn for what?
So it was just like they just had a Holiday Inn notepad. He each had like a pad from the Holiday Inn. I guess he was on the road and was just writing notes.
When is this from?
So this is from 1979.
Oh wow!
So this is a photocopy. This isn't the real ones. This is just a photocopy. Going through this, Gene Simmons was talking about doing a movie called The History of Kiss. And as I'm going through
history,
and as I'm going through this,
of course,
and as I'm going through this, the details in this are eerily similar to The Greatest Show on Earth. Going down to like some of the clips that he chose and going over the things that he wanted in there, I was like, oh my god! And I'll tell you, I had never seen this until after The Greatest Show on Earth was well into production and well into being constructed. I had no idea this existed. And then I found this, and I want to read a passage from here. There's something really cool.
Well, Kiss fans think that Gene Simmons is God, so you are literally doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. So he's like, he lists that there's bullet points in here where he lists what concert footage that he wanted to use. The black and white concert footage, which is in there. Concert footage from Detroit and Cobo Hall, and talk about Cadillac High, Michigan. All that stuff's in there. So then you go over, then he talks about what interviews that he wanted to put in. He wanted to put in interviews from Allison Steele, which is in there. Interviews from 2020, PM Magazine, Hot Hero Sandwiches, radio interviews.
Hero Sandwiches?
Yeah, Hot Hero Sandwich was there. And then he goes over like television clips, the Mike Douglas Show, In Concert, Midnight Special, Don Kirshner's Rock Concert, Land of Hype and Glory, all things that are in The Greatest Show on Earth. So
without you even knowing it, he had these notes prior to you even being born.
Yeah.
And you ended up making this movie.
And I ended up making this. I thought it was kind of odd, so...
Now, has Gene, or has any member or anyone, a manager perhaps even, have they heard about this movie? Like, I know this is all non-profit, so it is a, like I said earlier, a love note a tribute to Kiss,
Yeah.
something that they somehow didn't do and make money off of.
Yeah. But I did. And
You didn't make any money.
I'm losing money because every time I do something, it's money. So
Yeah. No, hey, dude, we do this show every week.
Yeah,
I just invest.
yeah, same.
But have you heard through the grapevine that anyone has actually witnessed this movie
haven't.
that is in the Kiss family?
I haven't. I'm assuming that they have. Well, here, I'll tell you this. No one has stopped me. The original edition of The Greatest Show on Earth that had over 100,000 views between YouTube and Vimeo. So I'm hoping that somehow maybe got back to them, but they haven't stopped me yet. And so I'm going to consider
YouTube did.
YouTube stopped me, but those are just silly algorithms. Those are just, people just something happening on YouTube. I don't take any. That's nothing. But no one, I've never gotten a cease and desist letter from Kiss. I've never had someone
Or
tell me
Universal
to stop.
Music.
Never. I am going to give Gina a copy here in November, and I'm hoping that it goes through the right avenues. I'm not really saying that I want them to release this per se, but hey, this is what I can do. Maybe we can do something else together.
Well, you've worked for Gene in the past. You've been a part of a marketing crew with his Moneybag Cola and ginger ale, and
so I did a bunch of commercials for their Moneybag Soda. So there's been a relationship there. So I'm going to kind of use that to kind of springboard into this.
And you plan on seeing him soon?
Yeah, he's actually there's going to be an event in Buffalo, New York, in the first weekend of November. So I think Thursday I do the Greatest Show on Earth premiere. Then that Friday I go out to see Gino and
Uncle Gene,
Uncle Gino, and I'll kind of hopefully I have 5 minutes where I can kind of talk to him, because a lot of times when I'm with him, whatever, it's we got to go here, we got to do this. There isn't really time, because I got to sit down and explain to him what this is. Because if I just hand him a DVD or this and that, he'll be like, you can't sell this. It'll come off a lot more brash than it actually is. So I'm hoping I get a chance to sit down with him.
Some people that are higher ups, you really have to talk to them in just the right words.
Yeah.
Or they're just not going to pay attention to you.
Yeah.
Especially someone that is just so high up on the food chain in terms of music and business. I'm sure they get people left and right just coming up to you every single fucking day. Oh, hey,
I have this and this and that. So
remember that time where you did that Detroit Rock City movie?
That was really good.
That was cool.
Really good. But no, I mean, so the Greatest Show on Earth was the first Kiss thing I did, and then this past summer so the Greatest Show on Earth is the Kiss movie that never happened. So then I did another thing called Kiss at Midnight, which was the TV special that never happened, where I made a 30-minute Kiss special with vintage 70s commercials in there, and I made it like it would have been a special that aired on NBC. So that's cool. And as of this morning, it hit 60,000 views since June. So
that's incredible. That's far more views than this show will ever get.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where
Thanks a lot, fans.
I never thought it. I mean, I'm just one guy. I never thought that anything like that would ever happen. So again, I'm ramping up the Greatest Show on Earth Encore Edition. It'll be out this Halloween. I'll probably throw it up a day or sooner early, just because I can't wait. And it's done, and people have seen it, and people like John 5, they released a statement that they loved it. Bill Starkey, the creator of the Kiss Army, he saw it, he loved it. I just sent it to Lydia Chris last night, who's actually in the movie, and hopefully she'll have some good things to say about it. But yeah, it's coming, and I hope maybe 5 people watching this will watch it. And I really just want to take this time to get on the soapbox a little bit and say, artists like Shawn and myself and everybody else involved with this show, if you can't afford to come to a show, if you don't want to come to a show, sharing something or liking something on Facebook helps us so much that it brings our product out to so many more people. Or if you interact with us on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, it helps us so much. So even though you're just sitting on the toilet taking a crap and you're just scrolling past up, just throwing us a like or a share is so helpful. So I can't say enough to do that to your friends that are just artists that are doing this just for the love of it.
I know, we've done some interviews and we've had guest appearances and stuff on this show that you can look back in history. Andrew has been a guest on this show a couple times, and he's plugged whatever he's got going on a couple times. And you know what? If I didn't believe in what this person was actually doing, whatever guest was on, whatever interview we did, then I wouldn't do it. I really I'm not. You are a bona fide Kiss-aholic.
Yeah.
You need to go to rehab and get electroshock therapy.
No. Because
these things. If I just wire them right, we could just. Because you know what, I'm not the hugest Kiss fan. I know quite a bit about them.
Yeah.
And I respect them for everything that they've done. And I watched this movie. It was fucking good, man. It really, really was. The audio was great. The color quality was great. The segues from interviews to older, like you have a basement footage video where they're not even, they have the makeup, but not like the costumes. It's like Paul's wearing like a jean jacket or something.
They're playing at a bar called Coventry in Long Island, New York. It's funny, when I was doing this, the idea came from, I'm originally from New Jersey, and I was visiting back home, and during that drive I was just narrating to like the notes app on my phone on what maybe this is or this is going to be and whatever, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. And then I remember as I was working on it, I didn't know if it was going to be good, and I'm trying to do things and this and that. I'm like, okay, I guess it might be alright. And I remember the first time I took it and I exported it and I watched it on my TV, because it's different. I mean, you know this too, it's different watching your computer than is watching your TV. And I watched it on my TV for the very first time, and I remember sitting there, and my roommate, she's not a Kiss fan, but she kind of was like she was like, this is actually really good. And I was like, it is. And I wasn't even saying that because I had done it. It's such a big passion project that my passion for Kiss just oozes out of this.
Yeah.
So, and I want people to love Kiss, excuse me, as much as I do. Man, that beer. I want people to love Kiss as much as I do. So the way that I feel about Kiss is what it put into this movie, and I'm hoping that someone takes it and they feel the same way about Kiss.
Yeah.
That's what I hope.
Yeah, and there's been a couple naysayers and a couple people that I've seen across the Facebooks that have made a lot of false accusations about this movie.
We'll just put this on the table right now. There are people that are saying that I was issued a cease and desist for the movie. I have not. There are also people that have said that I was also supposedly have been locked out of a Kiss signing, like I was knocking at the door and Gene Simmons shut the door in my face. That didn't happen either.
Really?
Yeah. So, but again, the way that I take that and I say, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. That person's probably jealous. I know who they are. I have it in writing what they said, and it's just not true. But you know what? If you're not pissing somebody off, you're not doing something right. And again, I'll say it again. This movie isn't for sale. It's not going to be DVD copies made. I'm not going to be selling them for $15 a pop. I want you to purchase Kissology Volume 1 and Volume 2, purchase Kiss Alive 2, and then I want you to watch this on Vimeo.
Yeah, no, it does actually say on Vimeo, when I was watching this, it does say in the top left-hand corner, not for sale. And that's how we can kind of do stuff like this.
I mean, the thing is there's been a Star Wars fan film community for almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
And what they do is they say, well, hey, we're going to re-edit this movie, or we're going to take out Jar Jar Binks, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. They're going to say, listen, we're not going to tell you where to download this, because at the time there wasn't YouTube or Vim or anything like that. And we're not going to, but as long as you own the movies, you can watch this. Mm-hmm. We're not taking anything away from the movie. We're not taking anything away from that. And if you really want to support the greatest show on earth, like I said, go buy a Kiss record. Go tell Kiss that, hey, I saw the greatest show on earth, and then I went and I bought a t-shirt or something like that. So this isn't a money-making scheme. Even these t-shirts, they're for sale on clicktshop.com, click with a K. I don't make a dime from that. I don't make a dime. The t-shirts are for sale for exactly what they cost to be made.
Really?
So I don't make a penny on them.
Oh, wow.
And if you see me out, I know Shawn has, I'll give you a poster. I don't make a penny on that either. I'm not selling the poster. I never will sell the poster. But if you see me and I have one, you certainly can have one. Anything that I do in association with this, I don't make any money on.
Yeah, you and I think after our last interview we did together, or you might have just dropped by our house, we watched a Friday the 13th fan film.
Yeah, it was good.
That used Jason, Never Hike Alone. You can find it on YouTube. And I think they've even admitted, like, we're being sued, but they're making 2 more sequels. Like, these things don't even...
Well, I mean, here's the
matter.
thing.
This is like Friday the 13th has been tied up in legal bullshit for a very long time.
Well, here's the thing. If they issue me a cease and desist, you know what? I want them to issue me a cease and desist, because then I'll have direct contact with the copyright holders, their attorneys, and then I can play ball. And then I could say, listen, okay, I'll stop 100%. It's all, even as I'm talking to you right now, everything that you're saying is offline and hidden and deleted and whatever it is. But I've gotten your attention now. So let's work together.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping.
You can make good out of a bad situation.
So and that's what I'm hoping. That's why I'm re-releasing this. That's why I'm telling everybody. That's why I'm literally appearing on every show that will have me.
Tranquil Radio.
Yeah. I'm hoping that I get the attention of someone who's a decision maker. So again, log on to Vimeo on Halloween, because it's so perfect to release a Kiss movie on Halloween. We won't be watching on Halloween. We'll be busy on Halloween. We'll be seeing John 5 at the Winchester.
He's right up the street from me.
Yeah, and he's a great guy and a good friend of mine.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, is that all you have to say?
That's it. I mean, for once, I'm actually at a loss for words.
What is your new project that you're working on? Before we close out, you said you would mention, even if it's just kind of discreet, just give us a little hint of the next thing that you're working on.
So Kiss's End of the Road tour, which is I was actually talking about on this show a couple months ago, it just happened, and I shot a bunch of footage on the End of the Road tour. I kind of thought, I was like, well, listen, I want to make something that not only gives Kiss's history, but gives my history. The new movie is going to be called One Last Time, and it's going to be my journey through history, but also my journey through the end of the road, because for those of you that don't know, I ran a big pre-party here, gave away Gene Simmons' vault, did all these cool things, so that's the next thing coming. It's called One Last Time, and I'm looking at releasing that April, May of 2020.
Okay.
Because I just started production on it, well, pre-production today. I just started it today. I've been very fortunate. I've had a lot of people give me a lot of footage already, but for projects like this, for people that maybe don't know, I actually write a script from beginning to end. That's the first thing that I do, and then that's how I kind of place things very roughly, and then you go from there.
Yeah, you storyboards and all that kind of shit. Yeah, exactly.
You get to see footage of Andrew,
Little Andrew,
4 years old, singing Rock and Roll All Night at his sister's wedding because he wouldn't be the ring bearer unless he got to sing Rock and Roll All Night. That's a true story, and you will see it. You will see it. I have it.
That's good stuff, man. All right, well, very much thank you,
Thanks for
Andrew, for coming on tonight. Appreciate it.
You gotta get what you gotta do when you shake it, and then you just. It's kind of like you shoot it, then you kaboot it. I'm done.
And be on the lookout for The Greatest Show on Earth Encore Edition that will be coming out this Halloween. It will be on Vimeo. And again,
make sure you follow the page, facebook.com/greatest show on earth
kiss.com.
/
http://www.
They make the internet on computers now? Damn. All right, I'm fucking done.
And that is all we have for that.
I ain't farting on no snare drum.
Ooh, excuse me. Edit that out.
No.